and welcome to NewsX Deep Dive, where today we ask, your WhatsApp chat may be encrypted, but is it truly private? Now, for years, Meta-owned WhatsApp has underlined one promise above everything else: end-to-end encryption. The company asserts that not even WhatsApp can read your messages. But with WhatsApp now announcing one of its biggest privacy-focused updates yet, that promise is once again under scrutiny. WhatsApp just announced that it will soon introduce usernames, allowing users to connect without sharing their phone numbers, a move being projected as a major boost to personal privacy. But even as Meta speaks about greater privacy, questions are growing over something much bigger. Can Meta actually access your chats? Is it end-to-end encryption foolproof? And why are governments around the world asking for encryption backdoors? And with advertisements now arriving on WhatsApp, just how much does Meta really know about you? Let's begin with what WhatsApp officially claims. Now, according to Meta, every personal message, video call, voice call, photo and document sent through WhatsApp is protected using end-to-end encryption based on the Signal protocol. This means that only the sender and recipient process the encryption keys needed to read these particular messages. Meta maintains that even its own employees cannot decrypt user conversations. When law enforcement agencies request chat content, WhatsApp says it simply cannot provide message contents because it does not possess the keys. It can, however, provide metadata such as account information, registration details, profile information, and certain connection records where legally required. But this is only one side of the story. The biggest counterclaim stems from allegations that emerged inside the United States government. Now, according to a report by Bloomberg, a U.S. Commerce Department investigator spent months examining whistleblower claims alleging Meta may have internal systems capable of accessing WhatsApp content. The investigator reportedly circulated a memo alleging Meta stored certain WhatsApp data in unencrypted form and operated internal permission systems, allowing some employees or contractors broader access. However, and this is critical, the investigation was shut down by senior officials who called the findings unsubstantiated and outside the scope of the authority. Meta has categorically denied every allegation, calling the claims patently false and reiterating that neither WhatsApp employees nor contractors can access users' encrypted communication. On the other hand, governments across the world have long argued that end-to-end encryption creates going dark problems for law enforcement. From the United States to the United Kingdom, Australia and India, security agencies have repeatedly demanded lawful access mechanisms or so-called backdoors to encrypted messaging platforms. The argument is straightforward. If criminals, terrorists or child exploitation networks communicate entirely through encrypted applications, investigators may never gain access to critical evidence. Privacy advocates respond with an equally strong argument that there is no such thing as a backdoor that can only do good and that only good actors can use. Create one entry point for governments and eventually hackers, hostile states or cyber criminals may exploit the very same weakness. That is why cybersecurity experts have consistently warned that weakening encryption for one purpose weakens it for everyone. Now comes another major change: advertisements. For years, WhatsApp remained one of the few Meta products without traditional advertising inside personal chats. And now that is changing too. Meta has started introducing advertising and promoted features within parts of WhatsApp, such as updates and channels. The company insists that advertisements will not appear inside personal encrypted conversations. Still, many privacy experts argue that metadata can reveal enormous amounts about an individual even without reading message content. Who you communicate with, how often, at what time and from where. Those behavioral patterns themselves can create remarkably detailed digital profiles of an individual. Now consider some of India's biggest investigations. One of the most discussed examples came during the narcotics investigation following the death of Sushant Singh Rajput. Private WhatsApp conversations allegedly involving Deepika Padukone, Shraddha Kapoor and others surfaced in media reports after investigators reportedly recovered conversations from seized devices and backups. many other criminal cases, including the most recent murder of Pune realtor Ketan Agarwal, saw police recovering chats of the accused, that is Ketan's fiancée Sia Goyal and her alleged lover Chetan Chaudhary. In fact, police have stated that deleted chats have become key evidence in the murder probe. These chats do not prove that WhatsApp's end-to-end encryption has been broken. Instead, investigators can often obtain conversations directly from users' phones, cloud backups, which are not encrypted, as well as screenshots or devices unlocked during searches. So where does WhatsApp new username feature fit into all of this? Now, instead of sharing your mobile number with strangers, business contacts or large community groups, users will increasingly be able to interact using usernames. Meanwhile, critics say that the username feature could become a serious problem in countries like India if WhatsApp does not introduce strong anti-abuse safeguards. They underline how scammers could create usernames that closely resemble those of well-known public figures. They also cite Telegram as an example, noting that the platform has frequently been linked to investigations involving investment fraud, impersonation, and other cybercrimes. WhatsApp is a much bigger platform with billions of users, which could see even small design choices have enormous public safety implications. Moreover, usernames address one layer of privacy. They do not settle the larger debate over platform transparency, metadata collection, government access requests, or user trust. Because in today's connected world, privacy is not just about what someone can read, it is also about what companies know, what the government can request, what metadata reveals, and what users unknowingly agree to every single time they tap accept on new terms and conditions updates. Messages may remain encrypted, but the debate about who knows what about you is far from over. Joining us on the broadcast is a very special guest, Advocate Khushbu Jain, who is a cyber law expert. Thank you so much, ma'am, for taking our time and speaking to us on NewsX. First, of course, I'd like to address what's grabbed headlines across the world. The fact that WhatsApp is now going to roll out usernames over the next 6 months or so, as per their timeline that they have indicated. A lot of people online have been pointing out to the fact that a lot of criminals might use this particular feature to impersonate someone, maybe a famous personality, maybe even law enforcement agencies. We do know of a lot of cases that have boomed over the last few years with regards to digital arrests as well. What, in your assessment, are the primary concerns with regards to this particular feature? Because up until now, we used the phone numbers to identify who's speaking through us through WhatsApp. Advocate Khushbu Jain, over to you.
And you start at 6:50.
Ma'am, can you hear me? All right, there seems to be a slight connectivity issue as far as Advocate Khushbu Jain's connection is concerned. But of course, the larger questions that we're dealing with right now is who exactly can read your chats, who can access your chats. WhatsApp does maintain end-to-end user encryption is in place, but there are arguments and counter-arguments for and against creating backdoors in such scenarios as well. Because if yes, there are few good faith actors that exist, there might be those who might also use this to hack into your systems and therefore cause a lot of trouble. The scale, of course, is, as many users on Twitter are highlighting, much bigger because billions and billions of people use WhatsApp day by day. In today's connected world, privacy is not just about what someone can read. It is also about what companies know, what governments can request, what metadata reveals, and what users unknowingly agree to every time they tap accept. Back with us on the broadcast is Advocate Khushbu Jain. Ma'am, I was asking you about, the recent feature that WhatsApp is rolling out, the username feature. There are a lot of ordinary citizens who are concerned about this particular feature, especially the misuse of the same in terms of people impersonating someone, whether it's a famous figure or even law enforcement, because we've seen many cases of digital arrests having spiked over the last few years. What are your primary concerns as a lawyer as well? How do you think we should navigate through this particular change?
See, if you look into it, what WhatsApp is talking about is it's going to come up with a new feature, which is your username feature, that instead of a phone number, you can have a username, something which we see it in Telegram and Signal for that matter. They have come up with this feature citing one of the primary reason that a lot of times when you want to chat with somebody, you don't want to share your phone number with that person, especially when it's a WhatsApp group that you've been added. You don't want the entire group to have your phone number for the privacy concern or for the individual privacy concern that I do not wish to share my number is where WhatsApp is saying that we are coming up with that feature. But the challenging part with that would be whether that will create, because as WhatsApp has been seeped in our life, will this bring in a lot of security issues? Will it have more of scams coming in? Will that see scams are okay, but will those scams again go undetected, and will that have issues with respect to WhatsApp becoming a safe haven for cyber criminals? That's something that one has to look into it. That what exactly WhatsApp is going to bring in with the feature when it comes to connecting with the identity of the person, whether it would be just the username or it will be connected with the phone number, so that there is an identity part of it added as a security feature into it. Because in the case of any law and order situation or likewise, they have those details mandated into it. Now, the second aspect concern that is coming up, whether somebody can steal my username or whether some celebrity's username can be stolen. At that point also, WhatsApp has made it clear, though we have yet not got that, or the feature that has not been rolled out for us, or I have not looked into it personally. But if that feature also, they have reserved certain celebrity names, like for example, you and me cannot open a username or use the username as Donald Trump or Deepika Padukone for that matter. Those will be the reserved usernames. You can have your own username, and you can have it and lock it for yourself and continue for that. Apart from all these things, the third that comes is the aspect of whether somebody can impersonate or steal my identity. I think that's where we need to see what security features will come in, because WhatsApp has been very, very, very vocal about its security, and we have seen that when it comes to encryption part of WhatsApp, or when it comes to security or hacking of a WhatsApp has been standing very tall since now. There have been no hacking features into it. Maximum it can be that you give access to somebody, or you download some APK files, or you do something, and that's where the charts can go across. But WhatsApp per se being hacked, I think that has not come across, and WhatsApp has been very tall in terms of that security aspect.
All right, ma'am. With that, I'd like to thank you for having taken out time to explain what this update really entails for the WhatsApp users across the country. On that note, we dip into a quick short break.